That recent interview Jim Jones did with Angela Yee really blew the whole situation wide open. And honestly, it kind of showed that Kanye West might have been onto something. During the conversation, Jim made it clear why some people choose to keep their distance from him, and he wasn't exactly subtle about it. The way he carried himself had folks giving him side eyes almost instantly. He pulled up to Angela Yee's morning show, mainly to respond to what Kanye had already said about him on Twitter. Then things spilled over into that wild DJ Academics discussion, and from there, everything went left fast. Instead of calming things down, it felt like Jim added more fuel to the fire, making the whole situation look even messier. It all started when Jim Jones tweeted, "I love Kanye," but Kanye wasn't buying that energy at all. He fired right back, doubling down on what he had already said during a DJ Mix interview, and the tension shot up immediately. Kanye even said, "I know this is gonna sound like a Tarantino movie, but here it goes," before dropping a major bomb. According to Kanye, Jim Jones was paid a huge $2 million just to introduce him to a guy named Mr. Pink to discuss a cryptocoin and never mentioned the payout. Even worse, Kanye claimed Jim didn't break him off anything, not even pocket change. Kanye also said that while they were working together on clothing, he asked Jim for something simpler, PDF. And Jim allegedly responded, "I don't know how to make a PDF." That answer completely threw Kanye off. Like, how does someone collect $2 million from a deal, but can't handle a basic file? Kanye made it clear he wasn't asking for anything crazy. Just a simple PDF, or at least for Jim to hire someone to do it. He even pointed out that it wouldn't have cost much at all. That's what made the whole thing feel even more ridiculous. According to Kanye, you could have paid someone online a few dollars to get that PDF done easily.
Wait, the things that he's been talking about, I do see that he needs attention. Like, he seems to want the most attention in the world. You know what I mean? If he's not the person that's talked about, then he's talking about everybody else so people can talk about him. You know what I mean? Like, he wants to be, from what I can see, is the most famous person in the universe of all time.
I feel like he's always said that.
On the wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I have to be the famous person.
It felt like he wasn't on the Cardi album. Yeah.
Right, so that wild out on Cardi. You heard? Like,
Cardi, he said pulled a gun on him.
I'm not in the news today. I'm a today. Like, I'm not in
Okay.
Sometimes you're going too far though.
Like, yo, bro,
he could have kept that one though.
Come on, Trilly.
Like, I'm cool with the gangster shit.
No, we just said music was therapeutic.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be fancy or high budget, just a little effort to keep things looking professional, and that's really why Kanye felt a way about it. From the outside looking in, the situation started to feel one-sided, like only one person was actually putting in real work. When Jim finally got pressed on it, he didn't try to explain himself or clear anything up. Instead, he turned it into a joke and brushed it off like it was nothing. He played it as if Kanye was just rambling and making things up out of thin air. Jim even suggested Kanye was lying, saying he didn't have time to entertain the accusations at all. That response alone had people side-eyeing the situation heavy. When someone dodges real questions with jokes instead of facts, it usually makes them look shaky. How guilty a person seems often comes down to how they respond. And in Jim Jones' case, his reaction only made everything look worse. He started cracking jokes about Kanye, saying things like, "Yeah," followed by sniffing noises. Then, "Yay, LOL, but keep my name alive, champ. We love Kanye." It came off messy and way too casual for a moment like this. Then, out of nowhere, he dropped merch and labeled it PDF merch, which immediately threw people off. That move didn't feel random at all, and that's why eyebrows went up. It was risky too, because if you know what PDF can mean in internet slang, that's not something you want associated with your brand.
That's the thing, right?
I don't knock nobody.
Yeah, but
that was
sucking the
wait, pause. Hey, yo, wow,
oh my God.
But man, you heard, like,
he knows that though. That's why he keep going.
Come out with KKK hoodie on, everything. I'm about to go buy one and see how that shit works for me.
No, it's not. Don't do it.
It's not.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
So how the fuck you think I'm gonna be up here talking crazy about this man? It don't work. Let him do him. I appreciate the good times we had. You heard? Like,
we had a time.
We had a time. It was a time, nigga. This shit respectful. You're creative, you're genius, you know how to make some money. I can't fuck with this shit.
Dropping merch in the middle of a public controversy was a bad move. After that, Jim went quiet for a while. No explanation, just silence, which only made people speculate even more. That pause raised more questions, instead of calming anything down. And when he finally sat down with Angela Yee, things actually got messier. The more Jim talked, the clearer it became. why so many people have had issues with him over the years. He said he had to distance himself from Kanye because, in his words, Kanye started wilding out. That comment instantly grabbed attention because instead of easing the situation, it turned the drama up. At first, Jim tried to come off reasonable, but the longer he spoke, the more off everything sounded. If you really listen closely, you can hear how he slowly exposed himself without even realizing it. He started calling Kanye crazy and digging up old moments from Kanye's past, clearly trying to shift the spotlight away from his own actions. That's a classic deflection move people use when they're cornered. Instead of addressing what he did, he jumped straight into dragging the other person's name. It's like being at a party, getting accused of something foul, and your defense is listing every rumor you've ever heard about someone else. Instead of explaining yourself, even if some of it has a bit of truth, it still doesn't excuse your part in the situation.
I have all the text. That's why I'm laughing like, yo, bro, you talking about this $2 million. If I was one of these niggas of the media, I would put the whole text on with quietly and show you everything that you lied about. Like, bro, don't, let's not do this. We only talk through text, bro. And you didn't even know what a VIG was. It's this certain shit I'm like, yo, bro, how you make $1 billion, nigga, you don't know what a VIG is. Like, you dig, nigga, how you talking to me and you don't even know what a VIG is? Like, so it just, but we had our own back and forth. Nigga said he went to shoot the film with me. I said, cool.
What?
I said, I'm flying out to LA tomorrow. We can shoot the 31. That's terms where I'm from. We fight for 31 seconds. I kick your ass for 31 seconds. I hug you, and then I fly.
Why would
he said, I got it on text. He said, no, I was just vetting. We don't have to do that.
So he texted you and said,
I will fight you. He said, I will fight you. I know it's not the best. I will fight you. I
was
like,
yo. You would not have gotten no props for beating up Kanye.
We would have.
You would just beat him up for 31 seconds.
I would have flew to LA. We'd have gotten in the room.
You imagine?
31 seconds. Put the clock on.
And that's exactly how you would do it.
31 seconds.
31 seconds.
You heard me want to shoot the fair one? I said, cool. I showed him how it needed to be done. I showed him what you need to do. I was pulling the shit up. This is how it needed to look. This everything. Bop, laid it out for him. Blew his mind. He like, nah, you an alien. I need more. I need you. I need you to stay here. And it's the day before my album. Like, so this is the cold part. The day before my album comes out, I'm there. I'm like, yo, I gotta bust a move. He like, no, we making billions off of clothes. I'm like, bro, I have my album coming out tomorrow. I respect what you're saying, but I'm going back home because I got people that love me. I got fans that respect what I'm doing. Like, my life don't stop for you, Jack. Like, what's wrong with you, all right? He like, oh, man. I'm like, yo, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, I see what type.
That tactic flips the narrative and makes the other person look like the problem. It's a smooth way to dodge accountability and steer the conversation away from your own role. And that's exactly how Jim came off in this moment. He then claimed the real reason he and Kanye fell out was because he told him, man, I can't rock with all the stuff you're doing. Man, that line made it sound like Jim was taking the moral high ground. But after everything else he said, it just left people questioning what really happened between them. Kanye's been moving unpredictable since at least 2021 and 2022, and that's not news to anyone. That behavior didn't start yesterday, but now it's 2025, and Jim is suddenly saying he had to distance himself because of Kanye's recent antics. Let's be real, that doesn't add up. Those same antics have been happening for years. Yet Jim had no issue linking up with Kanye in 2024 when it worked in his favor. Kanye's reputation was already messy long before they ever collaborated, and everybody knew that. Jim didn't seem bothered then, especially while he was benefiting from the situation. The moment things stopped being smooth, when Kanye started expecting more effort or contribution, that's when the energy shifted. That's when Jim started backing off. Suddenly, it was about needing distance and protecting peace. And that timing says everything. The more Jim talks, the more he gives himself away without realizing it. He basically exposed the real reason for stepping back, and it wasn't about morals or behavior at all. It was about convenience. Now, to be fair, nobody's saying Jim had to stick by Kanye or put his own music on hold.
Yeah, we're not doing this, you heard? You just lost one, you heard? Because I'm the type of person that I will do everything I need to do for anybody. That's just how I am. But when you show me you're not willing to do anything for me, I can't fuck with you, Jack. You heard? And you knew my album was coming out. Nor did you say, oh, congratulations. Nor did you say, oh, let me post your shit up. Nor did you say anything that had to be with my album. Right. It was all about you.
Yeah.
Good. Because I'm all about me. You heard? I sent him a picture. It was me and him in a picture. I sent him a picture right before I left. I said, I'm trying to figure out who's a superhero and who's a villain. I'm going to catch you later. You heard? Just like that. I need the PDF.
Well, now I see why. Yeah. So
Bro,
that's
I've created my own technology with Amazon. You think I don't know how to do a PDF?
Oh,
you heard?
okay.
Do you see? I know how to engineer my own sessions. You see me build computers by myself, right?
That was Quarantine Studios?
Yeah, of course I know how to do a PDF,
Right.
but you're not gonna steal the sauce. That's another thing. A lot of these kids, they have it, but they don't have the sauce. You might got the packaging, but you don't got the sauce to sell.
That was his choice, and he had every right to move how he wanted. Nobody's arguing that. But pretending it was all about Kanye's attitude, that part just doesn't line up. Sure, Jim could walk away if he wanted to. No one's denying that. But let's be honest, the numbers tell the real story. His album only brought in around $3,500 in the first couple of weeks, while his work with Kanye was generating millions from a straight business standpoint. No matter how you spin it, that move looked rough. Yeah, Jim wasn't Kanye's assistant or anything like that. He had full freedom to make his own decisions. But walking away from a partnership, pulling in that kind of money, that's wild, any way you look at it. Jim then tried to flip the narrative by saying Kanye was being selfish for wanting him to stay and finish their fashion collaborations, instead of running off to drop his album. But this is where things really got messy, because right after that, Jim exposed himself without even realizing it. Remember when he told Kanye he didn't know how to make a PDF? Turns out, he later admitted that he actually did know how. He straight up said he chose not to send it because he wanted to keep the designs and ideas for himself. That confession shocked a lot of people. How do you take $2 million from someone for a favor, then turn around and hold back the very work they paid you to help with? That part didn't sit right with listeners at all. What made it even crazier was the way Jim said it like he was proud. Like he was dropping some deep truth people would respect. But most folks weren't feeling it. People started calling him out, saying that move made him look shady, not smart. The way Jim Jones handled this whole situation really showed what kind of time he's on when it comes to loyalty. Imagine helping someone come up, believing in them, opening doors. Then the moment it's time to return the favor, they start acting brand new. That's exactly the energy Jim was giving off. Here, like one of those people who only care when it benefits them. You see this play out all the time. Picture being the one who puts your guy on, helps him get his shine, and suddenly he's the star, while you're still grinding. Then you reach out for a small favor, nothing crazy. Yo, can I get a feature to help get my buzz back? And instead of showing love, he looks you straight in the face and says something like, man, we make the same kind of music. If I do a track with you, it'll mess up my wave. That's cold. And that's exactly the type of homie Jim Jones started sounding like. Someone who doesn't want to share the spotlight once he's got it. Once he's up, the ladder gets pulled up to dot. And here's the wild part. Kanye didn't even have to do anything for Jim in the first place. He sat down for a meeting, put his name on the line, and helped Jim secure a $2 million deal, something Jim probably couldn't have locked in on his own. All Kanye asked for in return was a little creative input, just some inspiration. A simple PDF with New York fashion ideas. Nothing crazy. But after cashing that $2 million check, Jim turned around and basically said, yeah, I know how to make a PDF, but I'm not giving you the sauce. I'm keeping it for myself. That had people shaking their heads. After taking that kind of money and help, refusing to give back something so small isn't just selfish, that's straight up disrespectful. People like Jim Jones, nah, that's not someone you want close to you. That kind of energy only brings stress, drama, and problems. Someone who takes from others, plays the victim, and still acts like they're right is dangerous to keep around. It's one thing to mess up, but it's another thing to brag about it. Real ones don't respect that. That's not loyalty. That's manipulation. And it's ugly no matter how you spin it. What makes it worse is how he talks like he did nothing wrong. Like everyone's supposed to understand his side and just accept it. But real ones don't move like that. Real ones don't forget who helped them up when they had nothing. After everything Kanye did, hearing Jim speak with that kind of attitude left a lot of people feeling disgusted. It showed a side of him that rubbed folks the wrong way fast. Let's keep it real. This whole situation exposed exactly who Jim Jones is when it comes to loyalty and business. It's a reminder that not everybody smiling in your face actually wants to see you win. If you rock with real talk like this, make sure you subscribe to Drip Z right now. Smash that like button, share this video, drop a comment, and help the channel grow by clicking the hype this video button. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us and staying locked in.